Welcome to Westfield High School, everybody, for this very fantastic matchup between the undefeated Patrick School Celtics and the Westfield Blue Devils. As Westfield wins the opening tip, Michael Leonard alongside Phil Zanfagna. Blue Devils coming into the game 6-1. They start out 6-0, coming off a tough loss on the road at New Providence, 45-32. St. Pat's a perfect 9-0. And the Celtics come out in a man D. And Phil, what are some keys today for the Blue Devils to pull off this big upset against the number 8 team in the state?
Mike, I was watching St. Pat's in warm-ups. Westfield really has to be cautious about protecting the paint today and forcing contested 25-footers, contested threes, keep St. Pat's on the perimeter. They don't want to get killed inside.
Kadasha Hoppy got the steal, and here's St. Pat's in business on the opposite side. Hoppy, number 21 in green, gives it inside.
Westfield comes out in a 2-3 zone, going along with that strategy of protecting the paint.
There's the junior Grace Elliott on the fast break. Looked like she got fouled, but no call. And on the other end, the Celtics are the first to score. It's the junior Zaria Dorsey with the layup.
Westfield's running pretty good offense, Lenny. They're moving the ball well, but they just haven't been able to convert on their first two possessions.
Shannon Devitt gets called for the walk right there. So Westfield already with 2 turnovers in this opening 90 seconds. And the starting lineups for today's game for Westfield is senior Shannon Devitt, junior Grace Elliott, senior Jen Iorio, senior Danielle Rinaldi, and junior Molly Ryan.
I'm sorry, Mike. I was wrong. Westfield's come out in a 3-2 zone.
And they get it inside to Dorsey again, and she lays it in this time with the left hand.
There's that paint, Mike. She's going to kill Westfield all day if they keep letting her get easy looks inside.
Devitt gets called for a walk, and it's the third turnover for Westfield early on here. And starting for the Celtics, along with Zaria Dorsey and Kadasha Hoppy, it's the senior Nana Jones, and along with seniors Kalima Singletary and the Ole Miss commit, Melisha Reed. Kadasha Hoppy will be playing college ball herself at St. John's. There's a missed layup, but an offensive rebound, can't get it to go. And another offensive rebound, but this time they get Dorsey for the travel.
That was very fortunate for Westfield there, Mike. They were getting killed on the defensive glass.
So St. Pat's up 4-0. Devitt fell on the screen. There's a senior, Jen Iorio, 2-year varsity player, and she gets the layup to go.
That was a great move, Mike.
Melisha Reed showing her handles right there, but a poor pass that was deflected, probably should have been stolen. Instead, St. Pat's pass is deflected, it'll stay with the Lady Celtics underneath.
Westfield has active hands on defense right now. They're getting lots of deflections. That's going to be really key to keep that up for the rest of the game.
Melisha Reed with the ball on the near wing. Nice move, the pull-up jumper just inside the three-point line is off the mark, and Molly Ryan gets the rebound. And Phil, Molly Ryan has really been the star for this Westfield team so far this season as Elliott gets her shot blocked right there.
She really has. She's lights out from 3. She's been able to really control the offense and run the offense for Westfield. How many points did she have the other night, Mike?
She's averaging 12 on the season and had that big 29-point performance a week ago against Rahway. That 3 from Iorio is just a little too long, and it goes out of bounds.
We'll see if Westfield can string a couple stops together here, give themselves time to get their offense back in flow.
Westfield coached by Liz McKeon in her 3rd season here at Westfield as the head varsity coach. former 1,000-point scorer for the Blue Devils.
That's right.
And St. Pat's coached by DeMille Lang. So Westfield gets the ball, and there's Devitt from the free throw line, but can't connect on the jumper. Fast break other end. Melisha Reed with a nice move, but a good block by, I believe it was Shannon Devitt, got her hand in there.
She's long, Mike. That's going to really help Westfield in the paint today.
Yeah, she's got 20 blocks in the season.
20?
And make that 21 top 10 in New Jersey. Blue Devils get it back. Danielle Rinaldi, one of the captains of this Blue Devil team, bringing the ball up the court. Guarded tightly by Nana Jones. As St. Pat switches on the screen. Pick and roll, and Shannon Devitt lays it in.
That was a great finish, Mike.
And the Blue Devils tied up at 4 apiece. There's Melisha Reed, and Devitt gets another block. But St. Pat's gets it back. And that's going to be a walk. Second travel of the day for Zaria Dorsey as she was trying to do a little up and under hop step. Going to the basket, but gets called for the walk for her second turnover this first quarter. Pretty sloppy so far, Phil. We're seeing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by St. Pat's sloppiness. I really thought they would come out and try to control the game more.
There's Molly Ryan, a deep three, and it rattles in to give Westfield a 7-4 lead. And Coach Lang wants a timeout. Blue Devils up by 3 with 3.5 to go in this opening quarter. And they're on a 7-0 run, Phil.
It's fantastic. I was a little bit worried watching Westfield in their first couple possessions come out. They were a little bit sloppy with the ball. They were forcing shots. They were forcing contested shots instead of working around trying to find an opening. But you just saw in the last couple possessions they really came through. They've hit a couple shots now, gotten on a little bit of a run. Hopefully they can keep the momentum with them towards the end of this first quarter.
We're seeing that defense turn into offense with Shannon Devitt's 2 big blocks on the opposite side.
Now, Mike, I believe this is the St. Pat's coach first season. Is that right? As their head coach? I don't remember him from last year.
Believe so. We were talking about earlier how Melisha Reed bringing the ball up right now, number 11 in green. She's headed to Ole Miss, and number 21, Kadasha Hoppy, is headed to St. John's. That 3 is off the mark. And Elliott gets the rebound, but no numbers, so she pulls it out. And it's a foul on the floor on number 4, Nurakin Salam, the senior.
Let's hope Westfield can keep getting that call. St. Pat's plays very physical defense. So if they can get that touch foul.
And a big-time block right there, but Ryan gets it back and lays it in.
That looked like some pretty heavy body contact on both those layups, Mike.
So Westfield has a 9-4 lead and on a 9-0 run, but there's a wide-open 3 from the corner, and it's Aaliyah Powell, the senior, connecting from deep. Almost a backcourt there for Westfield. Devitt gets it inside, kicks it back out, and Iorio loses it. Fast break for St. Pat's. Melisha Reed lays it in to tie the game at 9. And the Celtics now come out with a press.
Westfield needs to handle this pressure.
After the made basket, and Molly Ryan gets called for the walk. Ball is tied up there, and neither team really had possession. But they call Ryan with the travel. Melisha Reed will check out. And into the game is number 5, Nana Jones.
Westfield really needs to work on cutting off the baseline for the rest of this game. Once that ball heads baseline, it opens up the whole rest of the court.
Offensive rebound for the Patrick School, and a corner 3 is connected from Hoppy. St. Pat's regains the lead at 12-4. Ryan throws a tough pass to Iorio, but then Iorio turns it over. And there's Hoppy on the other end, but she misses the layup, but it's put back
I was
by
about to
Nana
say,
Jones.
Mike, if I was Liz McKeon, I really need a timeout. I'm glad she called one.
So Westfield went on a 9-0 run, and now the Celtics have gone on a 10-0 run, and we sit at 14-9 with 1:37 to go in the first quarter. Pretty equal scoring from everybody so far, Phil.
That press really just opened the game up. The score is still close, but physicality-wise and momentum-wise, that press really sent the game back towards St. Pat's. But we'll see if Westfield can respond here. They had a chance to calm down. Coach Liz McKeon knows what she's doing, so hopefully she can draw something up to help break down this pressure.
Yeah, Westfield definitely outsized really at every position except for Shannon Devitt. So a minute and a half left in the opening quarter. Westfield trailing 14-9. Ryan off the pick and roll finds Devitt with her back to the basket, and they'll get a jump ball with possession arrow in favor of the Patrick School.
That was a great slip by Shannon. If they're going to keep doubling that screen, she can slip to the basket all day.
Good drive and kick. Corner three for Hoppy is off the mark. Elliott gets that rebound, but there's that press. And Westfield, they'll get bailed out right there with a foul. But, Phil, you could tell they're having a lot of difficulties breaking this press. St. Pat's doubling, trapping, and showing their physicality right now.
Mike, whenever there's a press, especially in the corners, you're compromising leaving somebody open to press the ball, right? So you got to send somebody middle, find the opening spot on the floor, and break down that pressure. We'll see if Westfield can get something going here. They desperately need a bucket.
Elliott loses her dribble and then just sort of gets tackled by Nana Jones.
Look more like a football play than a basketball play, Mike.
And Jones gets called for the foul. Her first of the game. That's the third team foul in the Patrick School. Jones will come out and Gadasha Hobby comes back in for St. Pat's. Under a minute to go. Devitt with a good pass to Iorio. Had a lane to the basket, didn't drive.
She doesn't like the left side of the floor, Mike. She's much more comfortable on the right side.
There's Danielle Rinaldi, 3-year player. One of the few veterans of this team for the Blue Devils. Molly Ryan's three is short. Westfield shows the trap now. Good D by Jenna and Molly Ryan.
There was a little shove at the end of that play there, Mike. I'm surprised the refs didn't pick up on that.
And St. Pat's got a timeout.
That was really good defense by Westfield there to force a timeout call. If this game stays close, those are going to be crucial timeouts later in the game.
What I was going to say before, Melisha Reed, 3-star ESPN recruit. Her and another player on this team, Zaria Dorsey, number 12 for St. Pat's. She's a junior. Both of them transferred this past season from Bishop Loughlin High School in Brooklyn, New York. So becoming a big epidemic in high school basketball. We've seen it really with boys basketball, Phil. All these guys transferring schools left and right. And now here you see two big-time girls players also transferring.
Yeah, we'll see if that trend continues into girls basketball. You see it in boys, like you said, at Hudson Catholic, schools like Roseville Catholic. They never have the same team 2 years in a row.
Yeah, be a different team halfway through the season. So many transfers. So St. Pat's holding for one final possession here as the clock hits 7. And it's a walk on Powell.
See if Westfield can get a good look here. 4 seconds, about 4 dribbles.
Rinaldi, pass is deflected. No time ran off the clock, though. If you're just joining us, St. Pat's, number 8 team in the state, currently undefeated, 9-0, with a lot of resume wins over Roselle Catholic and New Providence, 2 New Jersey powerhouses, and some big out-of-state wins. versus Mari and Norview, both of Virginia. And another tough test as there's Shannon Devitt at the buzzer. She can't hit. So the Patrick School leads it 14-9 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back here on BDTV. So welcome back here to Westfield High School. Blue Devils trailing by 5 as this second quarter gets started. Westfield off to an impressive start this season, Phil. They were 6-0 with wins over Union Ridge, Pingree, Mendham, Rahway, and Cranford, but coming off a tough 13-point loss to New Jersey Girls High School powerhouse in New Providence. The sophomore Lily Maz has checked into the game and was trying to find the junior Lauren Skrull underneath, but she turns it over. And on the other end,
ooh, that looked like a clean block to me, Lenny.
Donna Jones will be going to the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Celtics.
And Mike, you just said it. Westfield surprised a lot of people this year. Not a lot of experience. A younger team than we've had in the past. No real true superstars like we've had in the past. And they came out, started the season 6-0. They lost their last game to New Providence, but they really came out and proved to a lot of people that they're a real team in New Jersey. They're a real contender.
Yeah, they struggled last season with a losing record in Coach McKeon's second year.
I think that was just the team learning how to play without the two superstars who they lost in Jacqueline Knapp and Lillian Scott.
Yeah, Jackie Knapp.
Both 1,000-point scorers, both playing college basketball right now.
Elliott lost the ball there, but St. Pat steps out of bounds. So Westfield will retake it. Jackie Knapp, a sophomore, her team, Tufts University, was played in the D3 National Championship last year. And I believe she's starting now as a sophomore.
Yeah,
and she's the cousin of the current superstar here for Westfield, Molly Ryan.
Yeah, at a basketball camp last summer, the basketball camp that's run here at the high school, I was talking to her about their season.
Devitt tried to come off the screen. Was looking for Elliott, but she wasn't really looking for the ball.
Westfield's really being sloppy with the ball here. They can't afford that.
And couldn't catch him. Alicia Reed on the other end gets fouled on the floor. 6:56 left in the second.
And Mike, Westfield made 2 subs at the start of the second quarter. They put in junior
Lauren Skrull.
Yeah, Lauren Skrull, and number 11, Lily Maz.
So now Westfield in the 2-3D. Reed will take it out of bounds. And the sloppiness continues for both of these teams.
Both teams.
The senior
Westfield really needs to capitalize on that. St. Pat's is, I think I lost count of all the travel calls that have been called against them.
That was the senior, number 23, Jayla Hodges, who checked in for the first time and walks the first time she touches it.
It's a rough way to start the day.
And another turnover, this time on Westfield.
I don't know if I agree
still
with
trailing
that.
by 6.
I don't know if I agree with that call, Mike.
And St. Pat's still on that 11-0 run. If you remember, St. Pat's took the 4-0 lead to start. Then Westfield scored 9 straight. But they've yet to score since midway through the first quarter. That 3 is off the mark, but an offensive board for Kadasha Hoppy. And she's the leading scorer so far this afternoon on both sides. Maz gives it up to the junior Molly Ryan.
Westfield really needs to get a bucket here.
Good bounce pass from Elliott. Wide open 3, just a little too strong. Westfield shows some pressure, but now St. Pat's has numbers, but a poor pass from Alicia Reed. So quick minute or so right there for Lauren Skrull. She'll come out, and back in is Danielle Rinaldi, who I believe still looking for her first basket of the afternoon.
Danielle's a very good shooter. They need to try to get her an open look here.
Yeah, and they need her to have a big night to win this game. And Grace Elliott, the deep two, using the glass.
The bank is open.
Good ball movement from the Celtics, and just too easy right now for
Another
Kardashian
easy
Hoppy.
bucket.
She's in double digits. Pass was almost stolen. Instead, almost another turnover. Elliott drives and gets blocked by Hoppy.
We keep talking about it, but Westfield's being very sloppy with the ball right now. They really need to cut down on turnovers and focus on making the extra pass. In a situation like this where the defense is all up in your face, Mike, you got to look to throw a couple ball fakes at them.
And right there, that's just going to be a warning. Standing too close to the line, but after the ref talked to her, she didn't even move at all. Devitt deep three is off the mark. Sometimes you see coaches tell you when on that inbounds pass when the defenders got their back turned to throw it off the opponent's back. Hoppy this time misses the wide open lefty layup.
Oh.
Just a poor pass from Shannon Devitt.
More
and it
sloppiness,
results
Mike.
in an easy layup from Aliyah Powell.
And the real problem is that St. Pat's is capitalizing on every Westfield turnover. They're getting a bucket. St. Pat's gets another steal and another easy bucket.
And another, as you just said, poor play by Westfield leads to easy transition too. Very senior-led team for the Celtics with 7 seniors, just 2 juniors, and 1 freshman.
Mike, St. Pat's coach is very intense, to say the least.
His team's playing well so far this afternoon, up by 12 on the road against a team that just outside of the New Jersey top 20. Devitt thought about the three, gives it up to the sophomore. There's Elliott will dribble it out. 4:10 to go. Elliott driving, and she gets fouled.
This will give Westfield a chance to catch their breath as Grace Elliott goes to the line.
Elliott's only played in 4 games this season, but scoring 32 points, averaging 8. So I'm assuming she was either sick or something, because it's not one of those players where just didn't play.
She got a lot of minutes last year, too.
And made the team as a freshman, contributed significantly for that team, led by Lillian Scott and Jackie Knapp.
You know, Mike, I think another storyline here is that there have been a lot of 50-50 balls, deflections, and rebounds that Westfield just hasn't gotten their hands on, or they've tipped but they haven't grabbed, and St. Pat's has really capitalized on that and pretty much gotten every one. That looked like another travel to me.
That was definitely a travel, but a no call from the refs today. We've seen them blow the whistle a ton of times, but for some reason, no call there, and Hoppy lays it in. That'll be a kickball. As Grace Elliott will come out for Jen Iorio.
Mike, Westfield's not very deep this year, so we'll see how they hold up as the game goes on.
Yeah, speaking of not deep, it's only a 7-man rotation. You probably see it on your camera when the ball's on the opposite side there. Only a 7-man rotation, with Sam Stravik, Casey Popowski, and Nicole Albano. Check in when the lead's a little bit, or deficit is a little larger.
Westfield's got to work the ball around here.
Blue Devils have a total of 2 points in this second quarter, and that three was way off from Rinaldi. Hit the top of the backboard.
They're forcing shots, Mike. They got to run a little bit of offense.
But they did get a quick steal. Down 14. These next 2.5 minutes are going to be crucial, because you don't want to go in with a big deficit Rinaldi had the steal, but she pulled up for the jumper and missed it. Probably
she made a good
move,
off Mike. That's an awesome move going baseline there, but she just can't get the finish.
So timeout on the floor. 2:42 to go. The number 8 team in New Jersey, Patrick School Lady Celtics, up 25-11 against Westfield. St. Pat's perfect 9-0 on the season. Westfield was 6-0, coming off a tough loss at New Providence.
And Mike, that's the same New Providence team that St. Pat's blew out by 20 earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's one of their only common opponents so far this season. Good defensive possession from Westfield. Devitt gets the rebound, gives it up to the senior leader and captain Rinaldi. Lily Maz is going to dribble that one out of bounds. Good pressure from Alicia Reed.
Mike, there's been a huge change in Westfield's body language over the last couple of minutes. They went from being very engaged and very into the game despite their mistakes, starting to be sort of bogged down by their errors. That's
good pass inside and N1, and check that. We're going to have a travel. Possibly a makeup call from before.
No, Mike, whenever she touches the ball, you watch her feet on camera. She slides around, she takes extra steps. Every time she touches the ball, it should be a travel call.
And that's a double dribble on Molly Ryan. Not sure if Hoppy touched that. That was the case Ryan was trying to make.
She tried to plead her case, but to no avail.
Yeah, nonetheless, it's a travel. Minute 45. That pass just too far to the right, and Devitt takes it. Rinaldi gives it up to Ryan. There's a three for Danielle. She misses. Big offensive board. Rinaldi, another three. This one rattles in.
There we go. Let's see if that can jumpstart Westfield, Mike.
Cuts the lead to 11. Loose ball, St. Pat's gets it. But Hoppy just using her size and
another
strength.
Baseline drive, Mike. I said it last quarter, but that baseline drive is just going to kill Westfield. They keep letting that happen.
And we have another Westfield turnover. Double-digit turnovers for the Blue Devils in this first half. And that's been the difference. This pressure we've seen from the Celtics. Maybe Westfield just a little intimidated with this size right now, Phil.
Yeah, I don't know, Mike. But they really got to turn it around if they want to have any chance of coming back in this one.
Nice move from Rinaldi. A 4-on-2. Gives it up. Baseline jumper is connected from the senior Shannon Devitt.
Finally see Westfield finding the bottom of the basket.
Shannon Devitt, 3-sport varsity athlete, and all for multiple years. Probably one of the best female athletes in the school. Long three is off the mark, 35 seconds to go. Westfield down 11. They could really use a basket right here. We'll see if they wait and take the final possession. They won't. Molly Ryan for 3. The bank is open, and Westfield cuts the lead to 8.
There we go. Back to single digits, Mike. That's what we needed going into halftime.
It was a close first quarter, and then the second, St. Pat's really took a bigger lead, blew this thing open, but the Blue Devils have stormed back, and a jumper at the buzzer is no good. So an interesting first half here in Westfield. Probably the best girls high school matchup of the day in the state of New Jersey. The number 8 undefeated Patrick School Celtics lead the Blue Devils 27-19 at the half. Second half coming right up here on BDTV. So welcome back here to Westfield High School. The undefeated Patrick School Celtics lead the Westfield Blue Devils 27-19. As we start this third quarter, Michael Leniart alongside Phil Zanfagna and Glenn Warner on camera this afternoon for this best high school girls game on this Thursday in New Jersey. And there's Melisha
That's
Reed.
a tough move there, Mike. That's a good move.
Yeah, Phil, she was a little quiet on the scoring end for such the talent that she is, 3-star ESPN recruit. And Ole Miss commit, but maybe she heard me because she's got 4 points in a quick 30 seconds here in the second half.
St. Pat's goes back to this press here that worked so well for them in the first half. That's the second time she's called that carrying call. Maybe I need glasses, Mike, but I'm not quite seeing what she's seeing.
So leads at 12 right now.
Westfield staying in this 3-2 press. Trying to force St. Pat's to get some turnovers here. They really got to be careful, though. They got killed in the paint in the first half. They got bailed out by a couple traveling calls. But they really need to lock down the paint if they're going to have any shot at getting back in the second half.
And Phil, Danielle Rinaldi, she was also, didn't have her best first half. Did knock down a big three-pointer. But the Celtics on the fast break get an easy 2.
This is not the start to the second half that Westfield wanted.
Yeah, that's been the story all game long. Westfield turns it over and just easy transition points for St. Pat's. There's Shannon Devitt. The free throw line jumper rattles out. Melisha Reed with her fancy move there, but can't get the layup to go. Good bounce right there from Rinaldi. 3-on-2. Poorly executed. And Devitt throws up a floater.
And Liz McKeon is livid over there on the bench. Very frustrated that she can't seem to get a single foul called. That was a good pump fake there by Shannon Devitt. I said this in the first half, but Westfield's got to keep doing it, just constantly ball faking to make St. Pat's start jumping, get them up in the air, force them into foul trouble. And as soon as you get them in the air, it opens up passing lanes to the rest of the floor.
And
Westfield's got to turn to that here in the second half.
Miscommunication right there from the two, the dynamic duo of this Celtics team. Kodasha Hoppy was looking for her teammate Melisha Reed in the corner. The pass just a little overthrown. But Hoppy thought that Reed should have got it. But it doesn't matter because St. Pat's got the steal. But then a questionable double dribble call right there. Powell did not agree with the call.
Mike, I know we're rooting for Westfield, but I did not see a double dribble on that play.
Sophomore Lily Maz, number 11, is back in the game. She gets the ball, trying to break that press, and she's fouled. Westfield is, as we said before, just having a tough time because this is quite frankly, this is a St. Pat's team, more talent. They're bigger in size, and they're more physical.
They're just being more physical.
And you see right there the physicality as Hoppy just swipes that ball right back into the bleachers. Would have hurt somebody if that hit him right in the face.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not sitting courtside today, Mike.
Iorio's pass is swatted away, and St. Pat's gets it, and Kadasha Hoppy doing what she's done the entire season, finishing transition layups to break this lead out to 35-19, a 16-point lead.
That was a good
for the Celtics.
That was a good call. A good timeout call by Liz McKeon, but I'm worried it might be a little too late, if you know what I mean. St. Pat's has already taken over this game physically.
They're on an 8-0 run to start out this third quarter. 3
You
minutes
got to
into
remember,
it.
Westfield's a very streaky team, right? If they can get a couple threes to fall here in a row, they can get a couple buckets, they can string this together. There's a lot of time left in the clock. We're only in the third quarter. Westfield just needs to keep their spirits high, stay in the game, continue to be confident, and continue to combat the Patrick School's pressure. As the buzzer rings, both teams will come back out. We'll see what Liz McKeon's drawn up here for Westfield.
And today's girls game, one of a triple header here at Westfields High School, coming up at 5:30. JV team taking on Union, JV boys team taking on Union. And at 7 o'clock, Phil, it's your senior night.
That's right.
As we take on Union.
We'll be taking on Union as well, as Westfield has another turnover.
And there's Melisha Reed showing off some of her jelly, but she gets called for the travel. Should be a good one tonight. We're coming off a tough loss, bad loss to St. Joe's. Metuchen.
That was a rough one, Mike. That was a rough game on Tuesday as Westfield has another careless turnover. But we should bounce back tonight. We'll come out strong. We'll come out physical. Hopefully we can take control of that game later.
Westfield hosts Roselle Catholic and Union in girls basketball. That's the Lady Blue Devils' next two games. Those are next week, Tuesday and Thursday. There's a transition three for Grace Elliott, but good offensive
rebound there by Molly Ryan.
Lead still at 16. There's Hoppy with a rejection of Danielle Rinaldi's three. Another three for Rinaldi. Looks like she forced that one, had to adjust the angle because she didn't want it blocked again. And Shannon Devitt sends one out of bounds on the other side.
Mike, I'm going to make the ball fake comment again. Westfield's just forcing it. If they threw up a couple ball fakes, all St. Pat's wants to do is block the shot. They're not looking to play a lot of defense.
Easy bucket for Zaria Dorsey, one of the two juniors on St. Pat's, and another steal. Dorsey and Reed transferred in the offseason from Bishop Lachlan. And Reed's pass was caught for a second, but Powell couldn't hang on and turns it over. So it's now a 9-0 start in this opening 4 minutes of the third quarter. Almost a 5-second call. Elliott had nowhere to go. Shannon Devitt bailed her out.
Danielle Rinaldi has the right idea here, trying to go backdoor on her defender who's overplaying. As St. Pat's picks up another team foul. It's only 2 for the half, but it feels like a lot more, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah, definitely. Melisha Reed has 3 personal fouls herself, and Coach DeMille Lang will have to take her out. Solid crowd out here on hand for a girls' varsity game.
Especially with the early start time. People still came out for the game.
Fios 1 is also here, and another turnover.
See, Mike, that's a bad call. There's no other way to put it. I don't know what she's looking at, to be perfectly honest. She's made a couple very suspect calls today against both teams. That was another wide open shot. Let's see if Westfield can get a bucket here in transition. They desperately need one.
Elliott picked up her dribble on that far wing. But good give and go with Shannon Devitt, but she just stepped on that baseline.
You know, I'd say the basket has a lid on it for Westfield today, but we're not even getting a lot of, we're not even getting shots. Even when we do get shots, we're forcing shots up. I don't know if that's having a lid on the basket or just what's going to happen if you're forcing shots up, forcing bad shots. St. Pat's knocks down another 3.
So 40-19 leads at 21. And a 13-0 run. Westfield is yet to score in the second half. All the momentum and energy in favor of the Celtics. Elliott, good drive, gets the basket and the foul.
See if that can jumpstart Westfield here, Mike.
Good play from Grace Elliott. As the junior will try to convert the old-fashioned three-point play.
Are those the first free throws Westfield shot today, Mike?
I believe so. Elliott can't hit the free throw. 2:10 to go. Good drive and kick. Another corner three. Aliyah Powell is having herself a nice ball game from beyond the arc.
And back to that free throw point, Mike. St. Pat's is jumping. They're looking to foul. They're playing physically. Westfield needs to push the ball inside and get to the line because that's going to be there every time. They're settling for shots. That's a great one there by Molly Ryan.
And Molly Ryan with the answer on the other side.
Would it really help if Westfield could get some St. Pat's players in foul trouble?
Blue Devils got to be careful, though, because if St. Pat's gets a couple buckets, they might put this one out of reach. Hoppy, the big woman, trying to shoot from deep, but can't hit. Elliott gets the rebound. Westfield down 19. Minute 20. High pass. Ronaldo's able to catch it. Little dribble. Handoff. Elliott again driving strong to the basket. And he'll go to the line for two.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. Force the ball inside. They're gonna give a foul. We need to capitalize the line, though.
First free throw is off the mark as St. Pat's will make three subs. Elliott, part of just a famous family in terms of Westfield High School athletics, Phil, in the past decade. Sean and Dylan, tremendous football, basketball players in the past 5 years. Second free throw does not get the roll.
That's 3 free points Westfield just missed out on.
Good ball movement from the Celtics. And the senior Melisha Reed will take a few dribbles back. Tries to split. Good D from Devitt and good hustle. Diving on the floor. No jump ball called. So Jen Iorio gets it. Finds Rinaldi. There's Ryan. Just too much on the three. But St. Pat's turns it over. As it was Singletary stepped on the line, the senior, first time we've seen her all evening. Rinaldi will take it out, 39 seconds to go. Three from Rinaldi is short. St. Pat's is doing a really good job of pressuring and contesting that three-point field goal. Makes it a lot difficult for some of these talented three-point shooters like Danielle and Molly to shoot.
That's the scout on Westfield, Mike. That's the scout on them. They live and die by the three-pointer. Because when that starts falling, then it opens up the middle for Shannon Devitt. But today, nothing's falling for Westfield. They only have 24 points here as the third quarter winds down.
Foul on the floor on Shannon Devitt. It was Nana Jones driving the basket. 5 seconds to go here in this third quarter. They get it in the backcourt. Good crossover. And shot at the buzzer is an ugly one as it hits the side. St. Pat's with an overall just dominant third quarter performance. Westfield only scored about 5 points in that third quarter. And the St. Pat's leads at 43-24. 8 minutes of basketball left. You're watching Westfield St. Pat's Girls High School basketball here on Blue Devil Television. So fourth quarter of action. here at Westfield High School. Blue Devils down by 19. They're going to need a big comeback here, Phil.
Mike, this will be the comeback of the century. I hope we get to witness it.
Ryan's pass, he's deflected. And not even deflected, just basically stolen. See the athleticism for the future Red Storm. Quadasha Hoppy. She has been as good as advertised this afternoon, Phil.
Yeah, she's really proven her worth today.
Yeah, doing the dirty work for the Celtics.
Starts on defense. St. Pat's plays really good defense.
That layup is off, but who else? Hoppy doing the cleanup, gets the rebound and puts it in to make it a 21-point lead. Elliott gets that one taken away from her. 3-on-2. St. Pat's pulls it out. And Hoppy just spin dribble. A pretty move. Going baseline. Just too easy for the senior.
Mike, I don't know where Westfield's defense is right now, but if they're going to turn the ball over like that, they have to get back on defense.
Well, there you see some pride from Grace Elliott. Puts the head down, drives to the basket, lowers the shoulder,
She'll have the
goes to the line.
She'll have the line for the third time, but she hasn't quite hit a free throw yet.
I think she's one of 3 or 1 of 4. But Phil, got to give her credit. She's the only Blue Devil that's been to the line.
Right, she's the only Blue
afternoon.
Devil looking to attack the basket, which is what Westfield really needs right now. If she can keep driving the lane, attracting multiple defenders, it'll open up the three-point shot for Rinaldi and Ryan. Hopefully that'll help bring Westfield back into this game.
Under 7 to play. Westfield down 22, looking like they're going to pick up their second consecutive loss. First one in this building. But good offensive board from Rinaldi, and the one-handed floater is good.
That's a hustle play, Mike.
Nice between the legs from Hoppy. In the corner, Reed was open. Good closeout from Molly Ryan. Got her hands in there, no call. Another corner 3 is off the mark. Offensive board and the dish. But good defense from Shannon Devitt.
St. Pat's ball movement is mesmerizing, Mike, but Westfield's defense just a little bit better that time. Good rebound by Rinaldi. I'm sorry, that was Grace Elliott.
Yeah, it was
Shannon Devitt with the tip.
And big shot right there. Cuts the lead to 17 with 6 minutes left. Westfield trying to get within striking distance. And Coach DeMille Lang will take a timeout for the Lady Celtics. 6:03 to go, 47-30. Your score here at Westfield High School in the top game of the day in New Jersey girls high school basketball. According to NJ.com, Celtics ranked number 8 in the state, 9-0. And Phil, they're yet to have a close call. Big wins over Blair Academy, New Providence Union, Maury and Norview of Virginia, both of Virginia, Governor Livingston, Roselle Catholic, Petty School, and most recently Cranford, and all those 20, 30-point wins for the Celtics. So it stays like this, it would be their closest game at 17.
Moving forward, I think this is actually a good sign for Westfield. If Westfield can go back to practice after this game, regroup, figure out what they need to do differently, figure out how they can go back and sort of attack St. Pat's weaknesses. And if they can keep their next game against them close, keep it to under 10 points, keep it to single digits. St. Pat's hasn't faced that kind of adversity like you just said, so hopefully that'll benefit Westfield further down the road in this season, because this is not the last time these two teams will meet.
Yeah, very well could end up being the county final, the way Westfield's playing. And that call right there, just to clarify, cannot be the first person to touch the ball after you directly stepped out of bounds. At least that was the explanation given by our
that's an interesting call, Mike.
Rinaldi gives it up to Iorio. And there is a foul on Melisha Reed, her 4th of the afternoon. Doesn't mean a whole lot because unless barring a miracle comeback, St. Pat's is going to win this game. That's a 4th foul for the Ole Miss commit. She's got her fan section over here to the right of us.
Yeah, they're waiting for her to make another.
And she's pretty famous, Phil, on social media.
Yeah, she is.
And
you were
her
talking
highlight
about that
tapes.
before the game. Great move by Rinaldi.
Good move from Danielle Rinaldi, as you said, and cuts the lead to 15. So Westfield trying to put away that poor third quarter, and they've cut this to a 15-point game. Powell for 3. She's had the hot hand, but no good. But nobody could box out the future St. John's player, Kadasha Hoppy. Over 20 points on the afternoon.
She must have 20 rebounds tonight, Mike.
Iorio under the basket. Ryan tries to drive baseline.
Oh, great pass. Oh, got to take that shot, Mike.
Elliott sets up the pick and roll. Good cut from Elliott. And
there
uses
we go.
the right hand. A nice crafty finish from Grace Elliott. The junior has definitely been the bright spot for Westfield today on the offensive side. Shannon Devitt on the defensive side.
Cuts it back to a 15-point game.
And that pass is stolen. Good pass from Iorio. Molly Ryan finishes the layup. And now Westfield has gained the momentum, trailing by 13.
That was a great steal, Mike. Active hands leads to a steal, leads to an easy bucket on the offensive end.
And I said earlier that Melisha Reed had 4 fouls. There's an offensive foul on Kadasha Hoppy.
That's an awesome play, Mike.
But I'm not really sure if Melisha Reed has 4 fouls, because before it said she had 3, then she picked up another one. Doesn't say it on the scoreboard right now.
Mike, our coach right now, the boys' head coach, Daryl Palmieri, would be extremely happy at that charge taken by Grace Elliott.
4-minute mark here in Westfield. Blue Devils are in the bonus. Down 13. Good pass. And that's almost a foul. Westfield, Westfield, Phil, would rather not have called because they had a wide open backdoor layup. But it will send one of the best free throw shooters, senior captain, and 3-year varsity player, Danielle Rinaldi, to the line for a crucial 1-and-1. And she can't connect.
That was a critical free throw, Mike.
It was Dorsey on the rebound. And that pass goes out of bounds.
That's fortunate for Westfield. They get the ball back here. Just under 4 minutes left.
And Kadasha Hoppy's sitting on the bench right now. And Jen Iorio couldn't control that pass. Goes out of bounds. So 3:39. And Phil, Westfield they need quick stops and quick baskets. Down 13. Still a long shot, but crazier things have happened. Good pass. And Zaria Dorsey finishes the lefty layup.
Mike, that was one of my keys in the pregame. I said you got to lock down the paint, and Westfield just hasn't done that.
Shannon Devitt can't finish. Opposite side, miscommunication from the Patrick School. They had 2 guys open, and they just
3 by Danielle Rinaldi. It cuts to a 12-point game. So despite giving up a couple easy buckets, that 3 brings Westfield back into it. Let's see if Westfield can push the pace here.
2:42 to go. They have numbers. Big three for Molly Ryan. Just off, but an offensive rebound. Shannon Devon, no, again. Bucket's good. And Westfield cuts it to 10.
10-point game, Mike. And like you said before, St. Pat's has not been in this situation. It's a close game with a couple minutes left. We'll see how they face this adversity today.
Ball went off Powell's foot, but the Celtics able to get it back. Melisha Reed taking control. She's got two defenders on her and splits both of them and just dribbles it out to kill some clock. No shot clock, and Westfield just has to foul because they are far from the bonus.
I'm not sure that
their third
I'm not
team
sure
foul.
that was even intentional, Mike. I think she was just going for the steal.
Yeah, I agree. That's Molly Ryan's third personal. At this point, doesn't really matter, though. 2 minutes to go here at Westfield High School, part of a big triple header capped off by Westfield Boys Varsity Senior Night versus the Union Farmers. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. We'll have that one for you on BDTV later tonight.
Who's commentating that game?
John Zarnecki and Matt Goldman. Couple of young freshmen.
Couple of your apprentices, Mike.
Possibly. 1:49 to go. Westfield still needs to foul 3 more times before St. Pat's will be shooting a 1-and-1.
They just got to play straight up. They got to get a steal here or a stop.
And Westfield will be forced to foul. It's Molly Ryan with her 4th.
We'll see how Liz McKeon's going to coach this last minute and a half. See what her strategy is to get the ball back and get a couple quick buckets if she wants to get this W.
Zaria Dorsey and Kadasha Hoppy have been the key contributors along with Melisha Reed.
Yeah, they really have.
For this undefeated St. Pat's team that's going to improve to 10-0 on the season as we reach basically the midway point through this high school season. It's the 6th team foul in Westfield. Next one will be a 1-and-1. But instead it'll be a layup that was blocked by Devitt, but they call her for the foul. So it'll be 2 shots.
I think that was more of a hook on the inbounds
for
pass,
the senior
Mike.
Nana Jones. And St. Pat's won't put anybody in the lane. First one is good. Jones connects on both.
Mike, it doesn't really feel like a home game today. It's been a little quiet in here.
Deep 3 for Rinaldi is short. And that should just about do it. We'll see. Westfield might foul. They do. Elliott from behind. They'll send Melisha Reed, the future running rebel, to shoot a 1-and-1. Saw some bright, saw some bright spots today, Phil. Westfield got off to that 4-0 start.
Yeah, no, Westfield really proved that they are a real contender in New Jersey, despite being down by 20 at one point, I believe. They really showed resilience coming back. These free throws at the end don't really matter for the final score, but they brought it back to a 10-point game with 2 minutes to go. That shows resilience in my book. That shows that they still have more in the tank. That shows that later in the season they might be able to maybe pull off a big game like this.
Danielle Rinaldi right there with the hard foul. So 48 seconds, Melisha Reed shooting the last 1-and-1 for the Celtics. Next one will be the double bonus. And the schedule doesn't get any easier, Phil, with Roselle Catholic coming to town on Tuesday. That's a talented Lions squad.
It'll be another tough game.
RC gave this St. Pat's team one of their closest matchups, only losing by 19. Westfield, though, it'll be St. Pat's closest win right now at only 15. Molly Ryan from deep is off the mark. Good offensive board, but Rinaldi just a little too strong on the layup. And one more foul, probably the last one we'll see this afternoon before.
Yeah, I think after these free throws, we'll see the clock run out.
33 seconds remaining. Big performances from this St. Pat's Big Three with Melisha Reed, Kadesha, Hoppy, and the senior Nana Jones. And Jones is receiving some college interest as of late. Yet to commit. There's Melisha Reed, the rebound. Sends Rinaldi to the ground. Just that some more emphasis on this win. And Reed will pull it out as the clock will run out from 10. So St. Pat's was tested early and a little bit late by this gritty Westfield team. But in the end, the Patrick School Lady Celtics take care of business on the road to improve to a perfect 10-0. Your final score, 59-41. Westfield falls to 6-2. They'll host 2 home games next week. And for our cameraman, Glenn Warner, analyst Phil Zanfagna, I'm Michael Leonard saying so long from Westfield's High School. Big boys varsity game coming up a little bit later tonight against the Farmers.